Yeah, there's not a lot of like micro to his gameplay sometimes, right? You want to like, you have a lot of threat, you have a lot of space that you cover, you have a lot of pressure, and I'm curious to see how well Tavares is able to. Whoa.
They're gonna reset or at least just wait, because Kant was was a little asleep at the wheel right there, I think, before the set started. So, are they waiting for a spawn? Or okay, cool. So they're gonna start now.
There needs to be some sort of a study on the non-verbal communication of fighting game players in the middle of an online match.
Agreed.
And the ways that they signal to each other what they want to do. Because it's not a language I speak particularly well. I have to, don't speak well. Yeah.
Looks like they were speaking it just fine, or at least did not need the translator for now. Kant and Fiend, first real team combo coming through for a second.
My goodness. Blue team is taking a bit of a beating at the moment. The double sidelight as well. And then Kant with the finisher. RTG needs to make it back on, sweating. Fiend dash jump down in a little bit too late, but still gets that stage spike with the sider. Focusing on Tavares for a second allows RTG to mix it back on. I would say unharmed, but look at, well, you know what? That
Take the stock as well, that's pretty good.
That was a really good GC D-Light sider.
I agree.
You saw the weapon coming in from downtown a little too late.
Right. Here we go. As the dust settles, Kant loses the stock, which seemed like a little early.
Okay.
We were just approaching red damage, but that positioning was a little bit awkward for Kant to be able to try to drift down into that hitbox. So here we go. Big recoveries coming through, of course, as we come to expect. No one love from the sword, but
yeah, I don't know about that D-Sig Tavares. Nobody was in that zip code. However, that D-Light sider, I do love it. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened at Fiend's second stock. But Fiend is on last stock at the moment.
And once again, Kant is in these weird positions, right, where like recovery and jumps have been spent, and then we see sweat beads come through, and it's like you just shark the landing eventually. Didn't get too punished on that second stock just yet, but let's see if it comes into play later on. Kant looking for a gravity cancel, but just gets interrupted.
D-Light sider comes out. Kant needs a way to be able to make it back onto the stage. No dodge. Really good stuff from RTG. Able to scout and hunt down that GC sidelight recovery. Just really good spacing and positioning there. Tavares has to make it back on from super deep. That is the curse of high defense because it allows your teammate to get 2v1'd.
Okay. All that being said, Tavares will find the KO off the bottom right here. Goes to last. Can they get the stock on RTG, though? Looks like it's no for now.
Okay.
Oh! We doing the thing. Charge up.
Oh, they are controlling center stage right now. Sliding off with that Wushang D-Sig. Yeah, that's what Wushangs love to do. It can be such a scary hitbox.
Oh, send it! RTG, where are you going? What? That was like from the top rope and then just hit the middle, belly flopped right there, goes to last. I mean, RTG was kind of deep red at that point, I'm pretty sure, so maybe it's fine, but
There might be some internet stuff going on, potentially. I don't know. We'll find out. At the moment, though, Tavares landing back down onto the stage for just a second. The 2v1 combo, really good three-piece onto RTG. The game, the damage count, the stock count is exactly even.
Yeah, this is rough, too, because you saw for the last, like, 10 seconds or so, like, Tavares, look at this, right side, doesn't really know when he can efficiently enter in these 2v1 situations when RTG gets sandwiched in the center.
Oh my gosh,
Wait,
RTG, so deep off stage.
He's covering that all day.
But guess what? The GC N-Sig allowed him to get back onto the stage and touch the side of the stage. And in that moment, because he stalled and took so long to get back on, well, guess what happened to his teammate? Tavares gone off the top. We're seeing a gauntlet that'll now happen. Sidelight recovery does successfully connect.
Okay, looking for it. There's the recovery to close that one out. It got real dicey after we saw that pretty unfortunate SD from RTG, but he was able to close it out in the 1v1 for our first game.
Gauntlet Dittos are so funny because they both just want one thing all the time, and that's just sidelight. And they'll just keep going through sidelights over and over again until they get like the rock, paper, scissors of which way you're going to dodge. Or did you dodge bad? Congratulations, I hit you with a sidelight. Oh wait, that was an air dodge. You don't have a dodge anymore. Now I can do my sidelight recovery just fine. And I think it's just, it's rock, paper, scissors with just rock, but with different angles.
Yeah, Gauntlet players only want one thing, and it's disgusting. I hate it.
I don't like getting hit by Gauntlet sidelight. It makes me feel a little silly.
This is an interesting turn of events, though, because I mean, you said we don't have too much data in terms of Tavares and RTG as a team right now. They're taking the first one over Kant and Fiend. We said the viewer vote went very, very firmly in that team's favor right now. So now it's Kant and Fiend playing on the back foot.
Yeah, we want to see that, a little bit of an adjustment, right? We'll see how it's able to work out. At the moment, Fiend, getting some good hits onto RTG for a moment. Tavares, though, no slouch either. Looking looking for the neutral. He doesn't find it. Dashing in with the sidelight. Oh gosh, Kant, how do you land? Nice punish on that Ensig.
Yeah, I agree. And Tavares a little bit low there to find the follow-up hit, so doesn't get too much more after that signature. Here we go.
Tavares backing up a little bit here.
Wow.
Looking for the sidelight. Good catch with the down air. Fiend able to follow up with the side air as well.
Once again, you can see off the left side, RTG just sending it, saying, this time for sure I'm getting it, but gets reversal there instead. Really, really unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, dude. I'm going to be honest with all of you. If you're puzzled, I perhaps am puzzled as well. We can come up with all kinds of theories. In the moment, though, Tavares gets hit off stage. Fiend dashing in, dashing out, wanting to go back towards RTG, but if you give Tavares too much space, well, he is just able to KO you just like that.
Okay, there's the recovery that won RTG the last game. Finds one stock right here. Tavares still hanging on to his first stock. Gets a little bit of a two-piece right there. Not too much more after that. Very precarious situation for Tavares to be in the center of those two red legends right there, and you saw the stock fly.
He wanted to be there because he wanted a D-light. Whenever the hammer player just starts looking left and right on the ground over and over again, that's all that they really want, right?
Hammer players only want one thing.
Yes,
and it's disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely. They want it too bad on occasion. And when you get hit by it, you're like, oh, this is just an auto combo now. So, what do we got here? D-Sig comes on out. That is just going to be a quick little whiff punish. Huge side Sig there. Okay, coming back on sweating. Tavares able to get the end light to punish Kant's landing.
Yeah, and I like this so far. Splitting off. I mean, Tavares was doing a really good job playing outside against Kant right there. Fiend finds the pickup, though, on RTG, and this is the first real lead for Red.
Okay, able to get the downer and the sider as well. Tavares is the one that is, like, in control of the stage.
Miscue, though. Fiend, big swing and a miss right there. Hits the teammate, loses that stock. Might follow right here, especially if Tavares finds the reversal, but there's Kant on some defense.
Yo, I saw Tavares going up. I saw RTG going up, and I was like, you want hammer down here. I know what you want. So Tavares now just going to be controlling the ground once again, neutralizing his own teammate, looking for these punishes on Sword, but the difficult part about with punishing Sword D-Light from across the stage as Telos is it's hard to get from A to B fast enough.
Totally. Okay. There's Tavares again, once patrolling this ground, saying, eventually I will hit a stomp. Tries to get it with the chase dodge right there, but couldn't get there.
Yeah, the chase dodge was just because he noticed that the teammate might be able to interrupt him, and so he was hoping by repositioning, maybe catching them on a whiff, he could catch them both stacked. I think in that moment, going just for the D-Light cider would have just been okay as it is. Tavares picking up the axe now. Okay, eating a cider that is going to be the second stock gone. Is that enough to take it? Not quite. Wushang, RTG, a little too healthy to go out like that.
That's right. But in the Fiend RTG matchup, I mean, RTG has been spending so much of their time on this last stock, just in the bubble on the top of the screen right there. Very, very close to being KO'd, especially with that damage threshold now as well. But look at this, Tavares pieced up a little bit, has to run away, can't really protect RTG at all.
No.
Loses the stock first as a result, and they're going to drop that game. Kant and Fiend even it right back up.
Yeah, they pulled out those 2v1 combos, and they were just able to explode those stocks. That is what happens when you give somebody like Fiend and Kant a little bit too much space. They were clean and they executed and they did exactly what they needed to do.
For sure. I mean, that's also including a bit of a misplay on the side of Red. I believe it was Fiend who accidentally got the knockout onto Kant earlier in that game too. So all things considered, a proverbial free stock at the end of that if they didn't have that misplay, but it is what it is. We're even back up in the set, and Kant and Fiend are looking a bit more normal here now.
Yeah, I will say I do like Tavares' grounded gameplay. But, you know, Fiend and Kant aren't really falling for it all that much. They're seeing him patrol the ground, they're seeing him, like, really control it with, like, hammer D-Light and stuff, and they don't feel all that threatened anymore. Especially with the way that Tavares has been putting himself in the corners sometimes. He's been finding himself off stage as a result.
For sure. Okay, caught two of them right there. RTG not able to do too much more after that, but I do like that. The pogo to kind of keep in place so Tavares can get the alley-oop right there is real sweet.
What an Ensig. Fiend looking to space out that neutral and try to find a way to get back on. Kant in a nasty position, but it does not matter because Tavares, even worse, weapon toss, down angled, RTG, hungry, desperate for that ground pound, and did not find it.
RTG and ground pounds are just like peanut butter and jelly right now. They just keep getting sent, whether it's with the spear or the gauntlet. It don't matter. If you're off stage, you're trying to get ground pounded by this guy. Hang on.
Okay, RTG able to get that sidelight. The recovery comes out as well, but not enough to take out Kant stock off the top. Similarly, that one still was not enough to do it, but finally Tavares is going to be the first one to lose their stock. Can RTG make it back on? Okay, what a bold recovery.
Yeah, I
option.
like contesting that too. RTG does pick up the stock as well before falling out, and that means that the stocks are just even wiped across the board. I really, really like that challenge.
Tavares whipping that sidelight, and look at the position that you have found yourself in. Eating a couple of hits there, that's a lot of damage just for one whiffed hammer sidelight.
Okay, we out here scrapping.
Tavares' positioning is like scaring me now, right? I'm seeing this like for him over and over again. They're trying to nestle him in between red team.
RTG mistimed on the signature with the gauntlets right there to get the pickup for Tavares.
Yeah, red team's positioning is good right now. They have identified what they want to do, which is, hey, your front line, your back line, we're going to get in between them. And then if, let's say Tavares hits one of us, the other will be ready to protect us.
Okay, that time RTG initiates. Tavares was able to close out that stock and take a slight lead right now, but you look at the damage thresholds right here. Kant's not going to fall off there. Next recovery is going to be real close to doing it, but Tavares just wants to get the KO off the bottom right there as well. Can they get anything onto Fiend? Looks like he's just going to be able to jump away for now.
Tavares still holding onto the stock, using up all of those jumps. Double chase dodge, looking for the cheesiest recovery.
That would have been sick.
I think Tavares is sick. I think Tavares is cool. He kind of deserves that, though.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get outplayed for that, though.
When I see Hammer and Gauntlet players go through that kind of stuff at 0, when the opponent is like fresh and healthy, I just go, oh no.
You're like, we're doing this again? Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. RTG, slide charging off right there. Doesn't get super punished. Recovery will find its mark. Yeah, Kant's looking for it as well as RTG just slowly figures out how to land. The Nair covers his tracks for just a moment, looking for an anti-air as well. The last lingering hit of that recovery of just wanting to get back to the stage actually nets you a stock. It ain't bad.
That is solid recovery. It just stays out there and it stays put, and it's like just like this constant hitbox that you got to be mindful of. So looking through the down air, not able to get it. Blue team sandwich down inside. It comes out. That's going to be Tavares gone. RTG using up all the jumps, trying to stall with the neutral air dodge, getting the dodge back. You touch the wall, so you get your resources back, but that GC Ensig, Kant was in no position to get hit by that whatsoever. Backed up, punished it. RTG still stuck off stage. The stage is yelling at him to get back on.
Still didn't touch the platform as well, so that's going to be the entire game. Fiend and Kant looking good.
They are winning in positioning.
Yes.
That is the biggest thing that is happening here, either with just Tavares or with both RTG and Tavares together. They are constantly trying to figure out how can they put blue team in between them. Because, I mean, you saw this damage output, you saw this incredible combo, you saw the execution and what they're able to do with it.
Yeah, it's interesting to me also that you say like that, because that is like good and correct positioning, right? But Tavares is finding himself in a lot of spots where he wants to be in between both of those members, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to jockey for position, look for a stomp, and then try to get the setup. But I feel like the follow-ups, whether it was from RTG or Tavares being the finishing hitter right there, just like we're not connecting in that last game.
What was how much damage did people deal that game?
Kant did 625.
How much did RTG do in Tavares?
407 for
407?
RTG. Yeah, Tavares kept it close. I mean, in terms of damage, it was like within 100 or 200, so not like super far off, I would say.
There's just a couple of whiffs that I'm seeing from RTG every now and then. I'm like, I don't really totally know how I feel about this. That being said, Enlight into the side, nice little two-piece, dealing a lot of damage onto Kant for the moment. Fiend opting to pick up the sword. That was the follow-up, but then Fiend went off stage with that sidelight, maybe thinking the back end of it would hit. Okay, huge D-Sig. Tavares didn't get sent as deep. Fiend not going to be able to make it back on as the D-Sig hits the both of them.
Oh, and Tavares was able to cover it with the weapon throw on landing. So just like that, blue team takes an early lead.
Fiend holding onto the ground, looking for the D-Light and was unsuccessful.
Okay. Is it a lead or is it a Fiend? I don't know. There goes the recoveries right there.
I went to go drink my bottle for 5 seconds.
Let me have this, Dara.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, at the moment, Kant really looking for the extension and continuing to sweat on the way back down. Fiend just saying, hey, it's okay. You don't have to fast fall. I got you. I'm going to put out a hitbox. And he helped him out.
Those swords be swinging right there. Recovery was very close to finding the KO on RTG. That disarmed as well, but they'll pick up the gauntlets now. No whiff punish on the Ensig right there. RTG is just waiting to get hit.
Yo, if RTG did make it back onto the stage, I would have
that would have been insane. Okay.
After all that.
Does finally lose the stock right there. Tavares soon to follow. I was going to say the weapon throw from RTG kind of messed up their combo pattern in the 2v1 right there, but it was not enough for Red Team to just maintain the lead that they have right now.
Looking through the side, a huge, oh my gosh, everybody wants to get these crazy like chase dodge follow-ups, and nobody's really connecting them today so far. Kant going to be losing the second stock. Okay, RTG landing with a ground pound like that, which you can absolutely do in the heat of battle. In ones, you got whiff punished, and then you're like, oh wow, okay.
In a puff of smoke! Fiend is just gone! Disappeared that stock!
Yeah, Hattori Ensig is so fast, but I love how aggressive Fiend was. Fiend was like, hey, I know how early this is. I'm going to go out there. You've put yourself back this far. I don't have to worry about your teammate because they're gone. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, and this one is looking very close to a wrap. RTG was able to force a 2v1 into a 1v1 to get that first game of the match, but this one is a tall order with Fiend sitting pretty on 2 stocks, and it's just going to be over like that. Fiend and Kant take it 3-1.
Wow. Yeah, that last game was the most confident one of all. I mean, you can see that just based on how deep he was able to get out there for the edge guards. When it came to controlling the stage, when it came to those edge guards, Red Team was the one that really, really shined this game especially. They found all of their stocks that way. The edge guards with the Ensig, the Hattori Ensig.